Have you ever wondered what an upset sale is? Well, let's start demystifying it. Upset sales are a term often heard in the real estate industry, specifically when referring to tax sales. Now you might ask, what's a tax sale? A tax sale is an auction of properties by a government entity that are in arrears on property taxes. The term upset sale comes into play when the property is sold at an auction for an amount which is higher than the outstanding taxes and costs owed on it. This is the upset price. So, an upset sale is essentially a real estate auction where the starting bid is set at the total of the unpaid taxes, any liens on the property, plus any costs associated with selling it. It's a fascinating process, isn't it? Now that you know what an upset sale is, let's delve deeper into how it works. Understanding the process of an upset sale is crucial to grasp its full implications. So, let's dive right into it. The journey of an upset sale begins when a property owner fails to pay their property taxes. Now, we all know that paying taxes is an integral part of owning property. However, for various reasons, some owners may fall behind on their payments. This failure to pay property taxes can trigger a series of events leading up to an upset sale. The first step in this process is the role of the county or municipal government. When taxes remain unpaid, the county or municipality steps in. They are responsible for the collection of all outstanding taxes and have the authority to take action when these taxes are not paid. The local government will typically send a series of notifications to the property owner, informing them of their overdue taxes and the potential consequences if these taxes remain unpaid. Suppose the property owner still fails to settle their outstanding taxes. In that case, the local government has the right to sell the property to recover the owed taxes. This is where the concept of an upset sale comes in. The term upset sale might sound a bit alarming, but it simply refers to a public auction where the property is sold to the highest bidder. This auction is organized by the local government, and it's open to anyone interested in purchasing the property. The goal here is to recover the outstanding tax amount and any additional fees or costs associated with the sale. So, the property is not necessarily sold for its market value, but rather for the sum of the unpaid taxes and associated costs. Now let's talk about the minimum bid. The minimum bid at an upset sale is typically set at the total amount of the unpaid taxes, plus any additional costs that have been incurred by the county or municipality. This could include costs associated with advertising the sale, legal fees, and any other costs that have been incurred in the process of arranging the sale. The minimum bid is essentially the lowest price at which the property can be sold at the auction. In an upset sale, the highest bid that meets or exceeds the minimum bid wins the property. And just like that, the property has a new owner, and the local government recovers the outstanding tax amount. Remember, the aim of an upset sale is not to punish the property owner, but rather to ensure that all property taxes are paid, which in turn funds vital public services in the community. This gives us a comprehensive overview of the upset sale process, but what happens after the sale? It's important to understand what happens after an upset sale. Once the upset sale becomes final, the original property owner doesn't immediately lose all rights to their property. There's a period known as the redemption period that comes into play. This period can vary depending on local laws, but it typically lasts about 9 months to a year. During this time, the original owner has the right to reclaim their property by paying off the outstanding debts, including any interest, penalties, and costs. Now, this redemption period is a double-edged sword. For the original owner, it's a last-ditch chance to save their property. But for the buyer, it introduces a certain degree of risk. If the original owner manages to redeem the property within the allotted time, the buyer may lose their claim to it. However, let's not forget about the potential gains. If the redemption period passes without the original owner reclaiming the property, the buyer's claim becomes absolute. The property is theirs, free and clear. This could mean snagging a valuable piece of real estate for a fraction of its market value. Another factor to consider is the condition of the property. Remember, upset sales are typically as-is sales. The buyer may end up being responsible for any repairs or improvements the property needs. It's also possible that the property may be subject to other liens or encumbrances. Therefore, it's crucial for the buyer to do their due diligence before proceeding with an upset sale. Of course, every upset sale is unique, and the aftermath can be influenced by a variety of factors, from the specifics of the property to the local laws and regulations. Therefore, it's always a good idea to consult with an experienced real estate attorney or professional who can guide you through the process and help you navigate any potential pitfalls. Now that we've examined the aftermath of an upset sale, let's summarize the main points. Upset sales can be complex, but remembering the key points can help simplify them. As we delve into the heart of the matter, let's remind ourselves of the critical aspects of upset sales. First and foremost, the purpose of an upset sale. It's a type of public auction that occurs when property owners fail to pay their taxes. Counties or municipalities use these sales to recover unpaid property taxes, giving them the necessary funds to maintain infrastructure, support public services, and keep communities thriving. Now let's recap the process. Upset sales are not impromptu events. They follow a legally prescribed process, which starts with a notice to the delinquent property owner. If the owner doesn't settle their debts by a specified deadline, the property goes up for auction. At the sale, the highest bid wins, but the winning bidder takes on all liens and judgments attached to the property. It's a process that demands due diligence and a keen eye for detail. Moving on to the implications for the original owner and the buyer. For the original owner, an upset sale can be a harsh reality check. They lose their property and any equity they've built up, but it's not all doom and gloom. They do have the right to redeem their property within a specified period by paying off their debts, including any penalties and costs. For the buyer, an upset sale presents an opportunity to acquire property at a potentially lower price, but it's not without its pitfalls. The buyer assumes responsibility for any existing liens or judgments, which can add significant costs to the purchase. They also need to be prepared for possible property redemption by the original owner within the redemption period. Lastly, let's touch on the potential risks and rewards. The risks revolve around the unknowns, undisclosed liens, property conditions, and the possibility of redemption. These factors can turn a bargain buy into a financial burden. On the flip side, the rewards can be substantial. If the buyer navigates the process successfully, they could walk away with a property for less than its market value, providing a potential for significant returns. Remember, knowledge is power in the world of upset sales. Understanding the process, knowing your rights and responsibilities, and being aware of the potential risks and rewards can make the difference between a successful purchase and a costly mistake. With these key points in mind, you're now more equipped to navigate the world of upset sales. We've covered a lot of ground today discussing upset sales. We kicked things off by introducing you to the concept of upset sales in the real estate world. We then delved into the process, explaining how these sales work in detail and what to expect at each stage. Following this, we explored the aftermath of an upset sale, shedding light on the potential outcomes and consequences for both buyers and sellers. And finally, we took a deep dive into the key points and intricacies about upset sales that are critical to understand for anyone involved in real estate. Whether you're a seasoned real estate investor or a novice just starting out, it's crucial to grasp these concepts. Upset sales can be complex, but with the right knowledge and understanding, they can also be navigated successfully. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to real estate. Until next time, keep learning and growing.